Nuh-uh. Use some cognitive-based ass therapy and like. Hello friends. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most, I think, in my opinion, one of the most important topics in college. So that's about feeling really lonely, alone in college. From my experiences, I think that like moving away from home, I moved from New York to Los Angeles for college, and it's about like 3,000 miles away. And I think that initially I was like, oh my god, I can't wait, like I want to leave and I just want to like have an amazing time. And like, don't get me wrong, like I love LA, like LA has my heart, yada yada. But I think like going there initially, like that whole first year high of like college was like, oh my god, like I need to meet everyone. And especially because I was going to a small liberal arts school, I was like, oh my god, I have to meet everyone, like. And like particularly I knew I had like kind of like a loneliness problem like throughout my own life, so I think that was kind of one of the factors. But also like in college, it's hard to navigate, especially in our world today. It's like hard to navigate your friend group. And and I'm not even graduated yet, but I think that it's hard, definitely. Like I don't even have like my squad or like squad yet. And like I made the mistake of my first year, just like getting to know everyone, and so like projecting this image that I was so happy, and like when in reality I felt really lonely. And I think like one of the biggest problems in our day-to-day is that like, oh, we model for like Instagram, and like we make sure our Snapchat looks so fun, and when we watch other people's Snapchat we'll have like FOMO, which is like fear of missing out, if you didn't know what it was. But yeah, and I want to talk about it today because I think it's a really, really big problem on how it affects our mental health in college. And it's very important because I think mental health is like one of the most sensitive topics during the time that we develop in college and become like this adjustment to adulthood. So like I guess like ways to overcome it, that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Number one, I think just do not take social media as is. And because when I say that, it's because like no one's gonna post like, oh my god, like I'm crying, I'm gonna post like a filter of me with like 10,000 tears down my face, no makeup, and like looking with like a like on my bed like on a Friday night. Like no one's gonna post that. You know, people are gonna post like their cute ass boomerangs, they're gonna post their picture with their squad. You know why? Like they're gonna post like those pictures of themselves where they look so good, and they want to like let the world know that they're so happy. And it's because they're afraid of like this like to be lonely. They're afraid to be lonely. And like personally, like yeah, like I'm still working on like being alone, but like I think it's getting easier for me because I finally accepted that like you can't like be around other people, or like you can't feel not lonely until like loneliness is like a desperation of yourself, like a need for yourself. And like I read that from a book somewhere. I think it was Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and I think that like quote resonated really well because like you can't give your full self to like anyone else around you if you don't feel comfortable with yourself. And I think that's what social media kind of like takes away from our quality of life. It makes us all seem like, oh, sadness, anger, anything else cannot be an emotion, only happiness can. And faking it till you make it. But I think that like that's what caused me to have all my mental issues and like all my anxiety and everything. And yeah, I think like just like taking social media, taking a break from it maybe, because I know for me, when I was in a rehab center, I like took social media off completely, and like it opened my mind to like, oh, like you can be alone. And like people who really, really want to hang out with you will find the effort in hanging out with you and be like, oh, like what's like, where did they go? And like people I find like genuinely like miss you more and like want you around more when you're not constantly like portraying yourself as happy in social media. Number 2, reach out. I think like it's like stigmatized to reach out in our society because we're like, oh, like I don't want to seem desperate. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. I don't want him. Like, nuh-uh. Use some cognitive-based ass therapy and like hit that mofo in the head of yours, because like that's your ego talking. Like, do not just be like sit in your own shit and be like, oh my god, like no one loves me and like I'm gonna be lonely forever and like I'm so worthless. Because like I realize that when I get myself into those thoughts and if I continue thinking like that, I literally have ruined my day, and I would potentially ruin some like relationships with other people, because like when you're in that mindset you can't really like communicate with other people because you're having this conflict with yourself. So what I found to be easy was like just like message anyone, an old friend, through Messenger, through anything. You don't even have to call them, just text them, or just be like, hey, like what are you doing, like how, like what are you up to, like do you want to hang out, like it's fine if you don't, like, and then like at the end you'll feel like, oh, like at least I tried. If like, you know, if like even if they don't respond. And like that's gonna lead to my third point, is like not taking everything literally. Because now that we have like all this social media, we feel like we need instant gratification, and that's all we feed off of, which is very dangerous in our world, because like instant gratification causes like breaking of many relationships, and I've seen it with myself and how I interact with others that I'm trying to improve. Like when people don't respond, I'm like, oh, like you're such a bad friend. But I'm just like, wait, like step back, Dean. Like people are not bad because they don't respond or like respond your call. It's like actually maybe because like they're actually busy with something, or like they just don't have their phone. Like I think this expectation of people having to respond right away, it feeds into the feeling lonely thing. It's like, oh, like, and making people like self-doubt, I think. And yeah, these are just 3 tips, and you can find me on social media, and you can like email me, and I can definitely try and like give you more advice about this and how I've been trying to overcome it in college and in my own life away from college and coming back home, trying to reconnect with old friends. But yeah, I hope you really like this video, and leave a comment down below if there's anything you want me to add, any comments you have, and I just really want to hear from you all. I'm just starting my YouTube channel, so I hope that I can maybe like get bigger, like, and like reach other people and like just help people and like get the word out there, you know, and just connect with you all. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to me. Share this video with your friends if they're feeling lonely, or like anyone. It's like, I think it's like really important to know in college that you're not alone, like physically, mentally, and like other people sometimes are on the same boat as you. Like you may not have the same feelings, but you can empathize with each other on experiences that may be similar, because I don't believe in having like a stationary feeling, but everyone should feel the same way. And like, no, like everyone experiences emotions differently. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you spread the word. Yeah, and I will see you guys soon.